Hello, my name is Zipporah Long, and I will be talking to you guys about sanitation of medical facilities. For the introduction, I would like to say that sanitation plays a huge role in the field of health in regards to keeping the patient safe. If this is not fulfilled, it increases the patient's risk of contracting a nosocomial infection, which is basically an infection that is caused and contracted within a medical facility. In ancient history, in this time, a lot of people focused on the control of transmissible diseases by basically looking towards religious beliefs that cleanliness was next to godliness. Later, physicians concluded that the environment of the patient is significant in regards to the patient's health. A man by the name of Richard Mead was significant as he highlighted that being clean was the preventative to infections. To control this environmental infection, 3 historical documents or techniques were put into play. The first one would be the Holy Bible, hence the focus on religion. The second is quarantine technique, which was basically a technique that isolated people who were infected by diseases. The third one is the Air, Water, and Places document that was written by Hippocrates that also emphasized the importance of a clean environment. In the 1800s to present day, this time period was basically known as the Enlightenment or the time of the Industrial Revolution. During this time period, there were a lot of innovations in medical techniques and medical practices. People discovered how to locate infectious agents as well. The first man was known by the name of Louis Pasteur. He related the relationship between microbes and diseases. He had evidence, but it was technically not any concrete evidence. So later on, 2 other scientists by the name of Koch and Kahn directly related the connection between microbes and diseases. The third person that was important was Joseph Lister. He was also a scientist and surgeon, actually, who created the concept of the antiseptic technique. This was important because it prevented a lot of deaths during this time period. Later on, we discovered that there were a lot of people who were at risk of sanitation issues. These people were known to be people in low economic status areas, making them more at risk because of their less amount of money and other things that made them more at risk. Focusing on the future, it is found that a lot of healthcare facilities are lacking in funds. We have had a lot of organizations that have contributed in preventing infectious diseases in healthcare facilities, and this may be a possible positive outcome for the people in the U.S. and in other nations. Organizations play a huge role, but healthcare educators are also important. They can better advocate for this issue by collecting more data from countries that are not giving this information. In conclusion, sanitation is significant and has evolved. With continuous efforts, it will continue to grow. Thank you.